What's up, YouTube? It is Maya Janae and D.Blaze, and we just got out of the gym today. I just wanted to talk to y'all because I know y'all heard about this coronavirus that's coming, and it really is serious despite what the government has been saying about it. We've been watching it since the beginning, and today I heard somebody coughing in the gym, and it wasn't just in the gym area that we work out. We was in the dressing room and I heard somebody coughing. They kept coughing. And I'm not a super germaphobe, but knowing this shit in the back of my mind, they said if you sick, stay home, right? Take one for the team and stay home. This girl in there coughing. And the whole time I'm just like, hurry up, get dressed, get about. I don't want to be around those sick people. And she in there around her friends laughing. I didn't see Iran, where one of their representatives went to a conference and he was sick, and he on the TV telling everybody it's gonna be okay, we got it contained, and he wiping his forehead, got sweat falling, wiping his nose, and then the next day he come out talk about, I tested positive for the coronavirus and I'm quarantining myself right now. But what about all the other people that was just in the room with you? It was nasty. And then the Pope, I know y'all seen the Pope, he's sick too. They keep trying to say he ain't got the coronavirus, but I didn't see him shaking hands talking about he praying for everybody with coronavirus. But you in the crowd shaking hands, having a mask. They said don't do that. And all these people we see keep coming together. We got technology now. You can have more than, I don't know the exact number, but you can video chat with a lot of people. And whatever your max video chat is, somebody else that's on the video chat can include other people too. So you can't tell me that these representatives can't just have a big ass video chat and they don't all have to come in the same room and be crowded together in the same shit they telling us not to do. You see people canceling concerts, you see people not going to church, but then there are people that are still going. It was a pastor that was on, that I seen the other day, it was like last week, and he told his congregation that Jesus, God's got us covered. We're not gonna get sick because our belief is so strong. But that was one of the hot zones for the coronavirus, and they was hiding the sick people. All of a sudden, oh, mass is canceled because people were sick, and that was a hot zone. So I don't trust nothing that they saying. I don't trust nothing that they saying. It's coming out of China that people who were sick and in the hospital because they wanted to even out the numbers, they was releasing them. And I'm talking about people who still needed to be on oxygen. They releasing them because they want the numbers to show people are cured from this. But then they coming out saying that people were retesting positive for the virus even though they were so-called not sick anymore. One that I seen that really disgusted me, and I was like, if y'all don't see it from this, then y'all just stupid. A guy that was released from the quarantine with his daughter, they was just on TV, I seen it last night, and they had him on there to basically show the world that he was cured from the symptoms. Him and his daughter was doing all right. They talking to him, he got a little slow cough that he doing. His daughter sitting on his lap, she got a bottle in her hand drinking water. As he's talking, the cough is getting worse and worse and worse. They trying to ask him and he trying to answer, but he coughing. So he takes the water, because his daughter, she's sitting there and she got the bottle and she like this, playing with it in her mouth, and he reaches down and he takes the bottle from her. He takes the biggest gulp to try to moisten his throat or whatever the hell he trying to do. He hands it back to her and she puts it right back in her mouth. And he's still trying to clear his throat, talk about he's cured. And the backstory on that is his father died from coronavirus. So to see this dude still showing signs, still showing the symptoms of having it, but they want to try to tell us these people are getting cured, they still walking around with this virus in them. And it's not even the scary part. The scary part is that it's mutating. It's not the first time of you getting it, it's the reinfection. It's the reinfection they're not telling people about. And that's why you hear, or you might have seen videos of people dropping dead in China. This is real. It was so bad of them trying to control the media, people was going in with hidden cameras because they wanted to show the real. And 3, 4, 5 people were passing away before they could do their full walkthrough through the hospital and leave out. They was just passing away. Or there was people who were critical and they still were alive, but of course they was getting ready to die. There was no coming back from it. But before they were dead, they were bonding their arms, putting them in a black bag, putting them in a little orange bag that y'all see, zipping them up, and just sending them off to get burnt. So they were still alive, getting burnt alive, because people were fearful of the coronavirus. It's crazy, but it's the life that we live in right now. We are in the United States of America. California, I think, will be the first quarantined state. They're having community unknown, they don't know where it's coming from, community infections that's showing up right now. So far we got 2, but they said they monitoring 8,400 people. That's a lot of people. And before, the test kits weren't really doing what they were supposed to do. They only had 200, well, only have 200. They might have more than that now, I don't know. But people were saying that they weren't really tested for it anyway, because if you don't test for it, then how can you have an outbreak? How can you have numbers? You can get on TV and say, we don't have any known outbreaks of coronavirus. But the fact that these people that are testing positive, they don't know where it came from. These people did not travel outside the United States. They don't know nobody that came over from China. They was just in their community and they got sick. Doing their daily routine and they got sick. And the lady, it's a lady, they don't want to release any information on her. We know the community, but they don't want to release information as to who she may have came in contact with. I know that there's 2 different hospitals that she went in. The first hospital she went to, they waited 5 days to test. You might as well go ahead and say a week. They waited a week to test her because she so-called didn't really show signs of having coronavirus, but she was sick in the intensive care unit. That's enough for me. She coming in coughing, y'all know the symptoms, test her. So y'all got all these doctors walking around contaminating other people. They talking about it was at least 100 people in the hospital that they're monitoring when she was there. Don't lie to us, because we've been seeing that one person can have it and infect at least 600 people. But the government wants to downplay it. They want to downplay it and say it's just the flu. This is a common cold. It's the new cold of the season. It's cold right now. Every place that we've been seeing that's got this is warm. So they keep trying to tell us when it warms up, it'll be better. The heat will kill. No, the heat, it seems like, is what is making it linger longer and why it's spreading quicker and people are getting sick fast, and then they so-called getting cured from it, and then they getting reinfected, which they're not talking about the reinfection, and then they dropping dead from it, because the first time you get it, your heart is fighting so hard to get rid of it, and once your heart don't even have it's like your heart don't even have a chance to recover, and then you get reinfected again and it starts breaking down your organs, and that's why people are dropping dead. I ain't saying this to scare nobody, but when your government coming out telling you to get prepared and to be ready for a possible quarantine or possible restructure of your daily life, yeah, it's time to listen. It's time to be prepared, because if you wait, it's too late.
We all know that this is a problem, so it's how far it's gonna go. Like, I move around a lot, so from what I've been seeing, nobody is, it's not clicking yet. It's not clicking. So if it's not clicking, it's either, I'm in between, because I know how propaganda is, and I know how they try to scare. The CDC is saying that it's a problem, but then you got the head of the house, you know, Donald Trump, and talking about it's okay. And he's been the one the whole time talking about fake news, fake news, fake news. I'm in between. That's where I'm at. I'm in between. So we prepare for, you know, what we gotta do, and we got enough stuff for 6 months to make it. If it lasts that long, we just sitting back and waiting for it to tip off. If it don't tip off, okay, cool, we was ready. So
right.
That's where I'm at. I haven't seen nobody, and we haven't heard nobody. And at the same time, I'm not trying to live in fear. So
nobody wants to live in fear, but we don't want to feel like we were stupid not to prepare. They don't want to call it a pandemic, but this will be the first pandemic of the world, not just United States.
No, not the first one. It's the first one in our lifetime.
In our lifetime.
There you go.
My bad. Our lifetime.
Right.
The reason why it probably don't feel real is because you don't see anybody. We seen 2 people over the course of them telling us about it to now, just 2 people in masks. They didn't even have the right mask on. Them little flimsy, that's not gonna do nothing. It could go straight through. It's not gonna help you. And they said even if you get the ones that the doctors got, they said people aren't even properly wearing them right, or they're putting their fingers underneath. If it was out where we at, you would get the virus anyway because you just doing shit. Even the doctors are the ones at the well, not even just doctors, anybody that's in a hospital that got people coming in coughing with the symptoms are at risk. I seen videos of people over in China of them on the phone calling. I don't know who they was on the phone with. It was somebody high up, and they was telling them, I want to go. I don't want to be here no more. It's somebody laying on the floor dead. Like, it's people. He was, you could tell he was scared for his life because he didn't know what the hell was going on. He watching these people die, and they supposed to be getting new masks. I don't know if they did. I got to check. But they had ran out of the mask, and then I think they ran out of the gloves too. So for them to be in a hospital where they don't have the proper equipment, that makes you not want to be there, because you like, now I'm putting my life at risk. And then I seen they were using old stuff. It was expired, but they still got the okay to use it. That's still scary. Why would you want to be using something that's expired? Because even using something that's within the date, it's still scary because they still getting it. And I know they tried to come out and tell us that it was just older people. It's not just older people. It's kids, it's young adults, it's older people, it's everybody. You're not exempt from getting it. So do not let numbers fool you. China, they didn't tell us the truth when it first happened. As far as they want to go back is December, but I'm going back to October 2019 is when people who were the whistleblowers were saying it first came out. And they first figured out that something was going on that they weren't talking about, they were trying to hide. They can have December, it don't matter. December, January, that's still too long of something spreading around like that and mutating before they finally decided to do something about it. People are still coming in the country. They might have cut China off, they might have cut South Korea off, but people were still coming in the country. People were still fleeing. They seen the cell towers of people leaving China. It was a lot of people too. They checked the cell tower. People were fleeing to other places. There's a fear that they're gonna get dragged out of their house, dragged by their hair on all fours, and then they're getting on planes from these other places to fly to the United States. It's like, it don't matter if you shut down 2 places from coming. They still coming from other places. And they been coming before y'all even found out what the hell was going on. So it's here in the United States, and the only thing you could do is get prepared, stay away from sick people. I don't know about this washing your hands thing, because that shit we know you supposed to do that anyway. Somebody got to tell you to wash your hands and you just start washing your hands, you nasty as shit. Then that is a thing that you was taught from a young age. You should be doing that anyway. You know how to cough. If you get sick, you might just have a little cold or something, but don't be coughing on people, because if you get somebody else sick, then their body, their immune system is down, and then it's more prone for them to catch the coronavirus.
This thing, it's a slow mover. It's not like you're gonna get it and you're gonna just fall out. No, you get flu-like symptoms. Then from there, I don't know, that shit just, I guess, it go rampant. It moves slow, and once it start moving, it got you.
The people that they telling are cured and they letting them leave from the quarantine, they still carrying this virus in them, and it's mutating. Our body is like a computer, and these cells, the way that they attack our body, they camouflage themselves as if they are healthy, and once they get into our DNA that replicates itself, all of a sudden they attack. It's like a virus in a computer. Once it unlocks the key and it gets in, boom, rapid, and it starts reproducing itself over and over and over again. And when something reproduces, it's not a perfect, it could be a perfect copy, but every now and then you're going to have something that mutates, and it's going to be a different type of copy. Well, that is the virus duplicating itself to be a worse virus than what it originally started out as, and then it keeps getting passed on person to person to person. We are all unique in ourselves, so our cells are created unique to us. So if we duplicating something that is killing, the more and more our body duplicated, the worse and worse and worse it's going to get, and then we just pass it on to the next person to make it even worse.
Hang on. That's what. Hang on.
Don't be afraid. Get prepared now, because Iran and Italy, it was like the shit happened overnight. Everything was cool. The stores were open. People was walking around, you know, day-to-day life, nothing different. They woke up and everything was barricaded off. The stores were cleaned out. There was people walking the streets with guns, and it was no time to prepare after that. They said if you cross this line, they had a barricade where they said nobody in, nobody out. So if you cross the line to get in, they was immediately taking your ass to quarantine.
See, that's it. It's not about the virus. It's about what the government gonna do. We all know how they are. And you see Trump, it just trickles down. If Trump the way he is, just come on, man, come on.
And I'll say it might not even be his fault, because he gotta trust his people around him. So I've been also hearing that they've been telling him the wrong information, so when it blows up and it's out of control, then they could say, oh, it's his fault, and get Bernie Sanders in there while everybody else is living in survival mode. And Bernie gonna say, oh, see, this is why you guys who didn't want to get the flu shot should have got the flu shot, and gonna try to pass a law to where anybody who hadn't been getting their shots are going to get snatched off the street and quarantined and injected with this shit. You ain't putting nothing in my body. I'd rather lay down and die. Fuck that.
But the thing is, that shouldn't even go that far, because if you never was a problem before,
exactly,
that's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. Like, if you don't never get the flu shot and you never had a problem.
I haven't got the flu shot in I don't know how long. It's been years since it was required that you have your shots to go to school. After that, when I could decide on my own, I said no, I'm not putting that shit in my body. Our body, we're human, we're in a flesh body, so even if you are eating a healthy diet, a balanced diet, and you're not putting this junk in your body, every now and then you still gonna get sick. We are in a flesh body, so it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people who be getting that flu shit, and right after they get it, they instantly get sick, and they be sick, and they don't understand why. And it be like, didn't you just get that flu shot though? So whatever they put in you, talking about dead cells, that shit is not. You don't know what the fuck they injected in you. And if they talk about antibodies to help your immune system be stronger, there are natural things out here in this world that you can put in your body that will do the same damn thing. Natural supplements of the earth, grown of the earth, not man-made. We come from the ground, we come from dirt, we come from water. So it's like, why would you not put those natural elements back in your body. Why do you need some man-made foreign shit to go into your body? Your body wasn't meant for that. But hey, people want to go out and get the flu shot. They just made fun of that shit at one of the award shows. I think like last year. It was like last year. They brought them out on a platter. They was like, who wants the flu shot? It's free. And they turned to the crowd, and everybody in the crowd was looking like, don't bring that shit over here. Some of them was laughing, but other people was like, get that shit away from me. And if they reacting like that, they was telling you something. Don't put that shit in your body. Nothing more that I can say, but I hope y'all stay safe out there. And y'all take y'all government's warning serious. To get prepared. You ain't got to change up your daily routine, but just make sure you prepared. You have a talk with your family, and if shit start getting out of control, y'all know what y'all gonna do. Don't panic. It's not the time to panic. It's not the time to be scared.
Panic.
It's not the time.
Panic.
And on that one, we will see y'all on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for supporting our channel.